Good afternoon, volleyball super fans. Welcome back to the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship 2023. I am Tatiana Austria, your courtside reporter for this Sunday's last match with Caitlin Bernal and Sheila Salaysay at the panel. Now let's take a look at our matches that began earlier today. So at 11 a.m. we had the University of the East versus Jose Rizal University, with the Lady Warriors bringing home a 3-set victory. And at 2 p.m. the Lyceum of the Philippines University won their match against San Beda University. For our last match of this three-header Sunday, we have the Arellano University versus the Adamson University at 5 p.m. Before we hit the court, let's get to know our players, starting with Laika Tudlasan, the MVP of Arellano's winning debut in yesterday's game of the preseason championships. Let's watch this.
I believe po, dahil po sa yung sinasabi ni Coach Michael po sa amin na always po niya nire-remind sa amin yung constant communication, tas yung effort po na pinapakita namin. Kumbaga, kung na-show po, may effort man kaming ginagawa, like, we always seek to double our efforts po. Kaya feel ko yun po yung nagiging way ba't kami po nanalo kahapon.
It certainly will be a thrilling match for the Arellano Lady Chiefs. Now let's see what Lucille Almonte, the team captain of the Adamson University Lady Falcons, who finished silver at the recently concluded Shakey Super League National Invitationals, has to say.
Sobrang special po kasi yun nga, nationals yun. So yun yung nakakatulong sa amin para mas mag-perform pa ng maayos in the next games namin. And yun, sobrang happy kami kasi hindi namin inaasahan na makuha namin yung gano'n na goal.
Wow, the Adamson Lady Falcons is sure ready to heat up this tournament. Now you can watch all the sports fun in action live on the Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok pages of My Plus Network, at Shakey Super League, and at Shakey's Philippines. We're also live at LU Channel 23, on Solar Sports, on Sky Cable Channels, Tap Sports, and also Blast TV. We've got two hard-working teams who are ready to set up the last match of this three-header Sunday. Now for their insights, let's hear it from Caitlin and Sheila.
Thank you so much, Tati Austria. Of course, kita natin, or she mentioned earlier, it's Laika Tudlasan of the Arellano Lady Chiefs, who led the way in getting their first win. Will face Red Bascon, definitely of the Adamson Lady Falcons, on their first game this afternoon in our 2023 Shakey Super League Preseason Championships. Kaya naman for our match at hand, on our third and final match, it's early challenge for these two teams. And of course, good afternoon, volleyball fans. Sheila Salaysay alongside, of course, Caitlin Bernal. And kanina you hear Tati Austria. Caitlin, Arellano University got their first win yesterday, pero haharapin nila itong Adamson Lady Falcons.
Well, they'll definitely want to continue their momentum as they go up against Adamson Lady Falcons, who we shouldn't forget are the UAAP bronze medalists and the recent National Invitational silver medalists.
Definitely. Kaya naman mapunta tayo ngayon sa ating tournament format. In our tournament, we definitely have 16 teams and divided into 4 pools of 4 teams each. The all-to-play rule will be implemented. Pagdating sa preliminary round, they will play in a single round robin. Top 2 teams per pool advances to the next round. Pagdating sa playoffs, the 8 remaining teams will form Pool E and F, and teams in each pool will play a single round robin.
After that, for our quarterfinals, the 8 teams will battle in a crossover quarterfinals, and the points from the preliminary round will carry over to determine the ranking. And the higher ranked teams will actually have a twice-to-beat advantage. Now for our semifinals, it will be a knockout semifinals affair, and the losing teams will play for classification. Finally, for the finals and the bronze medal matches, this will be a best-of-3 affair, which will be very exciting for us this season.
Yes, moving forward now to the different pools that we have. But before that, let's now, of course, look at the pools. We saw earlier for Pools A, it's UE and Jose Rizal University. And then another game, Lyceum of the Philippines winning against San Beda. For Pool B ngayon, we will have Arellano and Adamson. For Pool C and D,
Actually, we'll have to yet to see action from Pool C and D. Pool C contains UST, UPHSD, Colegio San Juan de Latran, and St. Benilde, while Pool D will have Ateneo de Manila University, FEU Mapua University, and Emilia Aguinaldo College.
yes, mahaba-haba nga ang magiging tournament natin this season. Now, let's move forward on the last game of Arellano Lady Chiefs, and that happened yesterday. Again, they defeated San Beda Lady Red Spikers in straight sets, 25-15, 25-21, and 25-15.
Definitely, it's a morale booster for these girls as they get and secure their first win in straight sets.
That's right. Yan, nakita natin it was Laika Tudlasan who paved the way for the Lady Chiefs in getting their first victory of this season. Para naman dito sa unang appearance ng Lady Falcons, definitely they had a great showing in the previous Shakey's tournament. But for this season, according to Coach Yude, they had 4 rookies in our roster for the preseason championship.
Yes, we'll be seeing action again from one of the key players of Adamson University. Some of them are Lucille Almonte, Juegos, Ichida Long Isip, and so we're very excited to see what they have in store for us today.
Well, they still remain to be a formidable even after the departure of Coach Jerry E and several key players like Trisha Tubo, Louis Romero, and Kate Santiago. And of course, definitely the Lady Falcons have been perennial contenders in all of the tournaments that they have joined, finishing at the podium in both Shakey Super League, in the preseason and national invitationals, as well as UAAP. For the 2022 Shakey Super League preseason, they were the bronze medalists where they reached the semi-finals. UAAP season 85, same bronze and semi-finals. 2023, silver medalist naman sila, and they played against De La Salle University. But unfortunately, they came up short. But still, ang lakas pa rin ng team na nun, ng Adamson Lady Falcons.
That's just a testament to how excellent the volleyball program of Adamson University has been over the years.
That's correct. Now the question, who will these players will shine for both teams? Yan ang ating aalamin. Now let me turn over to the venue announcer for the starting lineups.
Our officials for match number 5. First referee, Michelle Salvo. Second referee, Kim Yadaw. Request the Adamson Lady Falcons to please remain at center court for your official photo op.
Yes, and before we even start, definitely the game, syempre, photo opportunity muna para dito sa ating dalawang koponan. And I've mentioned earlier, Caitlin for Adamson University, according to Coach JP Yude, meron silang 5 rookies. And kita naman natin sa ilan sa mga similar faces, definitely. We see Barbie Hamili on the roster for this season. At kasama pa nga niya dyan, it's a Cuenca. And another player is Juris Manuel da Libero. Kaya naman sabi ni Coach JP, medyo mas lumakas ang yung roster nila comparing to their last appearance in the Invitationals. Pasok na ulit sa ating venue announcer para masimulan na ang larong ito.
Starting lineup for both teams, starting with the Arellano University Lady Chiefs. Team captain number 11, Risa Batindaan. Number 3, Catherine Domasi. Number 6, Momeng Padillon. Number 7, Laika Tudlasan. Number 14, Pauline de Guzman. Number 17, Lorraine Pecania. And their starting libero is number 5, Kay Pablo. Head coach for the Lady Chiefs is Roberto Aravier. And now the starting lineup for the Adamson University Lady Falcons. Their team captain, number 17, Lucille Almonte. Number 5, Sharian Cheta. Number 7, Joe Chen Cuenca. Number 8, A.A. Adolfo. Number 9, Ishi Lalongisi. Number 18, Lorin Torre. And their starting libero is number 10, Karen Verdeflor. Head coach for the Lady Falcons is John Philip Yude.
For the Arellano University, we have Dodi Batindaan, Laika Tudlasan, Donalyn Paralejas, Pauline de Guzman, Marian Padillon, and Lorraine Pecania. Their first libero is Kay Alec Pablo. Those are the girls of Coach Ovet Avier. On the other side of the court, we have Antoinette Adolfo, Sharia Ancheta, Rochelle Lalong Isip, Lucille Almonte, Lorin Toring, Jao Chan Cuenca, and their starting libero is Karen Verdeflor. The girls of Coach JP Yude. And as we begin the first set, it's going to be a tough challenge. Head-on, nabanggit nga kanina ni Coach Obet, second game pa lang nila, Adamson, na agad ang makakaharap. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. Yes, Caitlin.
Right off the bat, we have the Adamson University Lady Falcons drawing first blood with a very well-executed spike there.
Zhao Chen Cuenca serving for Adamson. Good first ball. What a save for Adamson.
Great defense from both teams right there, but Arellano University quickly redeemed that first point as we take a look at this replay. Great 1-2 play there by Arellano University's setter.
Crafty move para kay Domasig. Pero napalitan agad naman niya ng error. Puntos ang ibibigay dito for the Lady Falcons.
When you're playing against a team as strong as Adamson, it's important that you lessen your errors, especially on the service line, if you want to be able to, para masabayan mo yung plays nila.
Totally agree. Pero sa umpisa pa lang, makikita mo na yung aggressiveness, diba, na pinapakita nitong dalawang koponan na to. As we take a look at this hit, and that time is Pauline de Guzman.
De Guzman definitely made her presence known in yesterday's game against San Beda University. She's a high jumper and a very quick hitter.
That's a block for Arellano. Ibinalik. And that goes out. Puntos muli para sa Lady Chiefs.
We're seeing the Lady Falcons here in a bit of a scramble, pero so far both teams are able to contain each other's attacks with blocks and great floor defense.
Like katudlasan, hindi natin sinasabi na siya ang nanguna sa Lady Chiefs kahapon sa panalo. At di pa nga daw mabuti ang pakiramdam niya, pero hindi naman na obvious on how she played since yesterday. Almonte with an off-speed attack. Good defense for the Lady Falcons. Sharp attack coming from A.A. Adolfo from the opposite.
That wasn't the most powerful of hits, but she knew where to bring that ball, scoring a point for the Adamson Lady Falcons.
Serving for the Lady Falcons. Ancheta, service ace. Yan ang unang ace ng Lady Falcons.
Service aces are a great way to get the momentum for your team, and that's exactly what she did there.
And this serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojos now. After the first service ace, error naman. At napalakas ang serve nun ni Ancheta.
Let's see if Batindaan can replicate that kind of service ace and possibly bring the momentum to hopefully get a lead for Arellano University.
It's a team captain of Arellano. Good first ball. Toring found the line and that hit.
If you've been watching the Adamson Lady Falcons for a long time, you'll know that Lorene Turing's quick attacks are very lethal, especially if she gets the perfect set.
Adamson only up by a point here. At service ace muli ang nakuha dito ng Lady Falcons.
On the side of Arellano University, the defenders seemed that they were not yet ready for that ace, for that serve rather.
This is Adolfo once again. Good first ball this time. Giving this one from the back. And that's a check ball. Galing kay Ishi Lalong Isip.
It's great to see action now from Lalong Isip, one of the key players talaga ng Adamson University.
We would like to thank Summit Bottled Water, the official drinking water of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Serves out for Adamson. And that's our on the line is Pauline de Guzman. Almonte from the open.
That was a great receive from the Adamson Lady Falcons, and better set, and the perfect execution from their captain, Lucille Almonte.
That's the first point of Lucille. Tough angle, but she was able to deliver. Punta tayo sa ating first at technical timeout. It's Adamson University leading 8-5.
Coming into the court, you can sense that the Lady Falcons have their eyes set on horizons beyond silver. Coach JPU, they base their plays on their performance from the National Invitationals, but more laser focused on addressing their lapses by being consistent with both defense and offense. The biggest lesson they learned playing against the Lady Spiker champions, it's for Adamson University to be up on their feet at all times, to let go of a relaxed composure even just for a moment para hindi magiging kampante sa laro. Anything can happen in today's match against the Arellano Lady Chiefs. What do you think, Kaden and Sheila?
Well, thank you for that report, Tati, and I certainly agree. Yung experience nila and the last season of Shake is really, gave them a lesson na kaya nilang dalhin or madadala nila in their upcoming leagues. Caitlin.
Yes, definitely. I think they should see their experience with DLSU as a morale booster na they are a force to be reckoned with. They're not a team to be underestimated here. And now, they have a 5-point lead against the Arellano University Lady Chiefs.
Well, it's the Lady Falcons leading by 5, kaya naman napatawag si Coach Oben ng timeout.
O sige, wala tayong Mobeng, pag alam mo na wala ng receive, ready mo yung sarili mo doon sa ano. Hindi, anong nangyayari, yung approach hindi tama eh. Kaya ang gagawin mo lang, ilalagay mo na lang yung bola. Momeng, tara, labanan mo yung sarili mo. Kakambi mo kami, Momeng. Yun ang kalaban natin, no?
Italon mo yung kaya mo italon. Ito tayo.
Sa simula nung set na to, dikitan lang ang puntos natin. But after that first technical timeout, lumamang ang Adamson ng 3 at nasundan pa ng 2. So what do you think? Anong adjustment ang kailangan gawin dito ng Arellano, Caitlin?
Well, the Lady Chiefs, they sort of let go of their defense system. That's why, ang sinabi nga ni Coach Obed, parang wag kayo magmadali. Wag kayo magmadali mag-atake. It all starts with one good receive so that they're able to make plays and their setter can orchestrate the perfect plays to destabilize also the defense of Adamson University.
Nabanggit mo nga yung depensa in the last attack, no, na yung palo dito ni Lalong Isip, no, was too strong and the blockers were not able to defend the hit. But Almonte gave another point from the service area.
Let's see if the Lady Chiefs can make something out of this service error, if they're able to side out and hopefully begin a run of points for their squad.
Good first ball. Lalong Isip once again. And that's a good swing. Puntos muli para sa Lady Falcons.
Lalong Isip is a very fearless spiker. She saw that the block of Arellano was established, but she still went for it, targeting the high hands and getting that off the block point.
And that is the character that you want, na gusto mong nakikita dito sa Adamson. Yung tapang nila in every set na binibigay ng setter. Free ball for Arellano. Running attack, and that's a point. Lorraine Pecanya finding a way.
That was an impressive running attack from the Lady Chiefs. Let's take a look at this replay. The perfect set. Pecanya just liked that height of the set. And she executed it very well.
That's a good setup made on the side of Arellano. But let's see how the Adamson responded. And on the other side, that's Ancheta.
That's a trademark of the Adamson Lady Falcons. Pag nakapuntos yung kabilang koponan, agad-agad nilang ibabawi with one impressive plays of their own.
That's a good defense. Verde Flor setting this one to the opposite. From the back, solo block by Ancheta. Free ball. What a save from the Lady Falcons. Excellent attack from Laika Todlasan. You saw the efforts being displayed by these two teams.
Great choice to go to Tudlasan kasi nakita na nila that Adamson was actually off system. So go to your most reliable spiker.
We would like to thank Converge Fiber, the official internet provider of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. That's a point from A.A. Adolfo.
In that last play, we see Arellano University trying to increase, to up their blocking system. But unfortunately, on that last set, they weren't able to catch up with the Lady Falcons.
Domasig setting this one to the back. Tudlasan successful in that attack.
Arellano University doing a great job at trying to minimize the lead. That's what you have to do pag lumalamang na yung kalaban. Dahan-dahan lang, point by point. Try and catch the lead.
9 serving 14. Ancheta was dug. Binalik agad ito ng Arellano. Back wick did not work for the Lady Falcons. Almonte. Nabasa yan ni Tudlasan. Verde floor to Almonte once again. Cross court. And that's a point.
Clean kill there from the captain of the Lady Falcons. Actually, nakailang tries yung setter ng Adamson. Pero nabablock at nabablock. Pero yun nga, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, pag nakita mo na lagi kang nabablock, laging nabablock ng mga attackers mo, go to your most reliable spiker. And on that play, it was Almonte.
And another reliable scorer for the Adamson. You have Ancheta with a service ace as we head on to the second technical timeout. But we'll see this time, very sharp serve.
I only want the best. Thincredible, Thintense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Thincredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like.
Back inside the Philo Eco Oil Center, this is the third game. Adamson and Arellano. And after that second technical timeout, service error muli ang nagawa dito ng Lady Falcons. But still, they are leading by 6 in our first set. Sharp serve, Almonte off the block. Domasig. Binigay kay Tudlasan. Almonte will try. Same spot, same result for Lucille Almonte.
Lucille Almonte has a very sharp attack. In this replay, we see that she targeted the same area because she knows that nakakapunto siya dun. So why not keep bringing the ball there?
And that is her strength, yung cross-court attack niya. At nakita niya yung angle na hindi siya mababantayan ng blockers. But in that last sequence, what a dig for Verde Flor. Almonte denied this time. Chance for Arellano. That's too long for Marian Padilon.
She was trying to target the hands of the blockers to get an off-the-block point, but unfortunately, she failed to catch any fingers there.
Lumalaki na dito ang kalamangan ng Lady Falcons. Substitution for Coach Obet. Maui Magaling replacing Marian Padilon. A. Adolfo serving for the Lady Falcons. Domasig. And that's what you will expect from a really good first ball. Pecaña delivered. We would like to thank Team Rebel Sports, the official team uniform of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. A number of substitutions mula sa ating dalawang koponan. Huegos is in, as well as Nika Yandok, the other setter for Coach JP. Service error. Not a good one coming from Cristina Dante.
There was good intention there in that service. Nakita mo na gusto niyang patusok yung service niya, pero unfortunately, her serve only meets the net.
Service ace muli para dito sa Adamson Lady Falcons. That is their fourth, I believe, for this set. At hindi yun nagustuhan ni Coach Obet Javier. What seems to be the problem from the side of Arellano this time, Caitlin?
Well,
pero magpakita
Adamson University's services have been quite a problem, have been quite a challenge for the Arellano University. There's a problem with their first pass. When
Hindi nila makuha, maiangat ang maayos. And that actually is a hindrance for them para makaset up at makapuntos. And again, we would like to thank Converge FiberX, the official internet provider of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. At yung mga errors ngayon na nagagawa dito ng Lady Chiefs, yun ang nagiging issue sa kanila. Pero advantage naman on the side of the Lady Falcons.
definitely, here we have action from Juegos, who was
It's the-
substituted in.
Right. Verde Flor, bibigay kay Lalong Isip. And a good read from the libero. Blocked at the net, Sevilla Flores. And that's too low of an attack from Maui Magaling.
That's also a problem that we see here from Arellano University in this set. Pag nagkakagulo na sila, they can't seem to find their composure, forcing them to commit these attack errors like in that last sequence.
Minimizing their errors, that's the thing that they should be adjusting in this part of the set. As Verde Flor gives a free ball. Chance muli para sa Lady Chiefs. Good read by Verde Flor. Ayesha Juegos tried, but that goes out.
Errors such as those, you see just how determined she is to get that point. Unfortunately, nasobrahan lang sa lakas.
Medyo mahirap din yung setup na yun kasi dikit na sa net.
Kudos to Adamson's libero, though. She's been getting very great digs here.
Well, on the other side, we also have to commend the performance of their libero, Kay Pablo, in that last sequence. Ang ganda ng kanyang basa, kaya naman sila naka-execute from the middle. And that time, that's Lorraine Pecaña. Backward, courtesy of Lorraine Turing.
Lorraine Turing's quick attacks have, so far in this set, maybe very great efficiency, attacking efficiency. Like I said, Turing's quick attacks are very lethal when she is activated.
Adamson still on top. A drop coming from Casey Adante.
Great court awareness from Andante. She saw that all the defenders of Adamson were ready for a play, were ready for a kill. So she decided to go for that 1-2 play into that unmanned center.
Hindi nga handa ang depensa ng Adamson in that last sequence. Running attack this time. Medyo off yung kanyang approach, pero puntos pa rin yun para kay Sharia Ancheta.
That's how you become a reliable spiker. Kahit hindi perfect yung set, kailangan mo gawan ng paraan para makapuntos pa rin.
Yandok checks out. Adolfo and Cuenca back in for Adamson. The Lady Falcons only needs 2 points. But that service error will not help. Pauline de Guzman, Mabalik, and Catherine Domasig serving for Arellano. Service ace. Kababalik lang pero nakapuntos agad.
She was in the right place at the right time, but unfortunately, she just swiped her arms just way too fast on that play.
Short one this time. Adolfo. Pero nakuha yan dito ng Arellano. And Laika Tudlasan.
Powering through that block, even though she saw that the block was in front of her, she decided to give it her all as you take a look at this replay. And on the side of the Adamson University Lady Falcons, nagkulang sila sa block coverage on that
Yes.
sequence.
Setting this up again to Adolfo, but that's a violation. Another point awarded to Arellano.
The Lady Chiefs slowly making their way up here to match Adamson. Adamson will definitely have to lessen their errors if they want to finish and claim this set.
Good pickup. Arellano, pero nakuha yan ni Almonte. Another attack from the opposite, A.A. Adolfo.
A fiery attack coming from Adolfo, just powering through that block. Perfect set to her on that sequence.
Although the blockers of Arellano nandun na sa harap niya, pero medyo malayo yung kamay nila sa net. And that ball just entered their court. Good setup. Ancheta from the middle, pero nakuha yan ng Arellano. Atake from the back. Once again, na-block that time. Etong si A.A. Adolfo. Good defense this time for Arellano.
Nabantayan na si Adolfo. She's been collecting points, so the blockers of the Lady Chiefs decided to focus on that left wing.
Good serve, good first ball, one-hand set. At buhay pa ang bola. Chance for the Lady Falcons. Almonte finding that line. And again, getting their 25th point for this set. It's the Lady Falcons showing how aggressive they are when it comes to their defense. And you have the team captain leading. She has delivered a few points for her team for this set. It's a 25-19. Adamson getting the first. Will be back for set number 2.
I only want the best. Incredible, Thin-Tense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Incredible crisp crust, Thin-Tense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey.
happened during the first set. Caitlin, sa umpisa, no, palitan lang sila ng puntos, palitan ng opensa at depensa. But right after the first technical timeout, that's when the Lady Falcons, started stepping on the gas and getting more points against Arellano.
I think this is where we see the great ball distribution on the side of the Adamson Lady Falcons. Nahirapan mag-keep up ang blockers at ang depensa ng Arellano University.
But we have distributions or we have points coming from Ancheta, Adolfo, Almonte, lalong isip. So it's an all-team effort as we take a look at the numbers, Caitlin.
We see that Adamson University, mas lamang talaga sila sa atake. There's 15 for the Lady Falcons, while for the Lady Chiefs, there's only 9. And especially notable ang kanilang mga aces. Talagang naging weapon ang aces ng Adamson Lady Falcons against the Lady Chiefs.
We now start set number 2. Arellano on the service line. Serving is Casey.
So we are now underway to start the second set. And again, para sa ating mga volleyball fans, we have an all-to-play rule again for this pre-season championship. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. At nabanggit ko yung all-to-play rule at nakita natin on the floor sa side ng Lady Falcons si Barbie Hamili.
I think that all-to-play rule is very interesting for our tournament here today because it also adds to that air of uncertainty. You don't really know what to expect come the second set because it's a new set of players. So that definitely adds to the thrill of the game that we have here in our Shakey Super League.
And as we speak, Barbie Hamili getting her first point. Red Bascon, that's that time at puntos naman ang isinagot dito ni Faye Mangubat.
It's great to see the Lady Chiefs utilizing more of their middles because that quick attack is quick and easy points for your team. If you want to get the momentum, go to your middles, activate your middle blockers for quick attacks.
An advantage then that we have for this preseason championship, yung lahat ng players nakakalaro. As we saw again, Barbie Hamili with her high leaping ability.
Barbie Hamili making her presence known there. Do you see that explosive backswing and that explosive attack on the left wing? Very impressive on the side of Barbie Hamili.
Mas mataas pa yung reach niya dun sa blockers ng Arellano. That's an error given up by Adamson. Two serving three. Good first ball. Yandok giving it to the middle. Good pickup. Pero hindi yan nahabol dito ng setter ng Arellano. That's Casey Adante.
Like I said, utilizing your middles will be very important because it's quick and easy points for your team. The only way to stop a very fast quick attack is pag na-checkan siya ng block. And on that sequence, wala nang nagawa yung blockers ng Lady Chiefs.
Miscommunication in that last play. Almost a point for Arellano. Attack from the open or from the back. Rather, that's Ayesha Huegos.
The Lady Falcons came from an off-system play there, but Huegos, with her determination, decided to go for that kill pa din kahit naka-off system na sila. And that's important in games such as this. Don't just give free balls to your opponents. Take the chance to attack whenever you can.
Babawi dito ang Falcons. Once again, the Arellano was pick up. Yandok goes to the middle. Blocked. Good coverage. Bascon to Yandok. Nakuha yan ni Adante. And that is just too strong from the back.
That's what I was talking about. If you have the chance, take that opportunity to attack. But unfortunately for the Lady Chiefs, that was just too much power on that third touch.
But you like that yung mga rally natin is mahahaba. May makita natin yung depensa dito and how well these players read the kind of hits. But in that last sequence, that is an attack again from Huegos at hindi yan nabasa dito ng Arellano.
Huegos, she's good at adjusting to what kind of attack she wants to execute down the line or cross court. She knows where to place that ball to get the point.
Yan, Doc. Now that's a very difficult setup. Underhand quick set.
They went for it, they took the chance, but unfortunately, nagkulang lang. But there was good intention in that play.
And we would like to thank Summit Bottled Water, the official drinking water of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Drop sa gitna at puntos muli yan para sa Adamson Lady Falcons. Lamang sila dito at as we head on to our first technical timeout, 8-3. And this Shakey super fans of the day. And sa lahat naman ng mga fans, sa lahat naman ng mga fans who can't make it here can watch the games live on Plus Network, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And Shakey Super League Facebook, Shakey's Philippines, Aliu 23. Napakabilis naman sumagot agad ni Jen Villegas.
She didn't get it the first time around, so she decided to put all her power in that second swing, gaining a point for the Falcons.
But let's turn you over first to Tati Austria for this report.
The Lady Chiefs almost got to turn the tables around in that first set against the Lady Falcons. Now, Coach Obed Javier of the Arellano University reminds the players to improve on even the most basic principles of volleyball. Dapat daw ay hindi nila makalimutan na nakakatulong ang isang maayos na receive, isang maayos na block, at isang maayos na serve. Coach Javier says that they are here to learn and not to give up. At dahil second game pa lang nila dito sa Shakey Super League Preseason Championships, mahalagang magpo-focus sila na ipanalo itong pangalawang set para makabawi. Turning it over to you, Caitlin Manchila.
They won their game yesterday and one of the things that they want is be able to sustain yung momentum na yon. Earlier, I spoke with Coach Obet at isa sa mga pinagmamalaki niya coming into this preseason championship, yung kanyang dalawang libero. Mas tumibay daw yung depensa nila and that's really a big help for them, you know, in their performance for this preseason championship.
Kagaya nga ng sabi ni Tati, Coach Obet wants the girls to go back to their fundamentals, go back to their receive para makagawa sila ng play, tas makabawi sila in the second set.
No, as they say, defense is the first line of offense. At if we look at the numbers right now, the score, Lady Falcons up here big, pero unti-unti we've seen them, perform lalo na on their defense sa first set at kaya naman nilang makipagsabayan. It's just how to sustain their defense.
Definitely. They just have to find their footing because like on that play, we see spikers like Villa Flores. She can deliver at the net. She can deliver with very powerful hits. And let's see if this will start a run of points for the Lady Chiefs.
No, malaki ang tiwala ni Coach Obet sa mga players niya. Pero he also said na after their previous Mother League, ito na yung kanilang sumunod na tournament. So medyo mahaba yung naging pahinga nila. And he's also very thankful na they are here para kahit papano yung exposure malaki ang magiging tulong for them, especially on their rookies in the team.
You're right there on exposure because they're not just going up against fellow NCAA contenders, but they're going up against, like what we have here, a UAAP contender and a UAAP bronze medalist, in fact.
That's a solid block coming from the Lady Falcons. Let's look at it once again. Basang-basa dito ng ang depensa o ang opensa ng Arellano. Twice. Block point. And you have on at the net, that's Princess Aljibe.
2 blocks in a row for the Lady Falcons. You know, in blocking, it's more than just the height, but most of the time, ang timing talaga ang kailangan sa blocking. And on that last 2 plays, the Lady Falcons were successful.
That's correct. It's, yung pagbasa nila sa setup at sa palo, malaking tulong yan. That's a good attack. And quite delayed call by our referees, but a violation called against Adamson at puntos para sa Arellano. Maraming salamat sa Converge Fiverr X, the official internet provider of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Back-to-back attack errors on the side of Adamson.
She was going for that very tough angle. Kung natawid nga ng middle blocker yun, that would have been a very, very fatal quick attack.
Bigat ng serve na yon. Good read by the blockers of Arellano. Free ball. Combination play. They have a good setup, but poor execution from their end.
Fortunately for them, they were able to catch hands of the blockers to get that checkpoint.
Good first ball. Handok, ibiligay sa open, and that's a facial.
Huecos quickly apologizing for that very powerful down-the-line hit.
Sa bilis nung palo niya, no?
Huecos has been known to have very lethal down-the-line kills. And we saw it in that last play.
Ang ganda din ng timing niya sa set. Towering the blockers of Arellano. We'll see how the Lady Chiefs respond, but Aljibe again doing her job at the net.
Aljibe has been very effective on the net defense for the Lady Falcons, containing the spikers of the Lady Chiefs.
Angat sa 5 ang lamang dito ng Adamson. Attack from the other side, pero nakuha yan ng Lady Falcons. Huegos. Not successful. Good pickup by Arellano. Great reflexes on the side of the Lady Falcons. Pero hindi talaga sumusuko sa depensa ang Adamson. But there's a violation called against them, and that point will be given to Arellano.
Lucky break for the Lady Chiefs. They'll definitely want to use this error from Adamson for an opportunity to side out
Another net violation committed. Yandok, bibigay ulit sa gitna. Pero nabasa naman yan, we'll see. A bit of miscommunication. And that actually was in favor of Arellano.
Medyo nagkaguluhan ang Lady Falcons on that play. Kaya nakulangan sa tip from the back row.
Only 3 points ang lamang dito ng Adamson. Nahabol yan ni Pablo. Yandok, bibigay kay Hamili. And Hamili with a jam.
Barbie Hamili signaling the second technical timeout for her squad with a very well-executed kill to the center of Arellano University's court.
The Lady Falcons having a 4-point lead heading on to the second technical timeout.
I only want the best. Incredible, Thintense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Incredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey.
Our face of the day is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. All smiles for our face of the day. Bakit hindi? You get free pizza while watching this very interesting matchup between Arellano University and Adamson University. Good first ball by the Lady Chiefs. Yandok, binalik kay Bascon. Medyo nahihirapan sa pagdating sa adjustment itong ating mga spikers. But it was the Lady Falcons winning that rally. At the service area, that's Princess Aljibe. 17 serving 12. A sharp one. Maui Magaling tried again and she succeeded getting a point from the open.
Thankfully for Magaling, medyo na late na yun block ng Adamson kaya the ball was able to fall just in front of the blockers on that last play.
Over reception. Napaganda pa. Yung over-receive na yun ni Red Bascon. Ni yun nakita itong girls ni Coach Obet.
That definitely caught them off guard in that play. Let's see kung makakabawi ang Lady Chiefs after that.
That's the easiest point I believe na nakuha dito ng Lady Falcons in this game. Attack from the back. What a block coming from Yandok. Babalik ng Arellano. Running attack. And again, that's a point for the Lady Falcons.
Villegas very pleased with that hit, given that it wasn't the most perfect of running attacks, but still it was able to
convert it to a point. At medyo miscommunication naman on the floor defense on the side of Arellano. Well, that's a good play, but too low of a quick. Kaya naman nabasa yan ng blockers dito ng Lady Falcons. Sumalaki na nga ang kalamangan dito ng Adamson.
Umangat yung bola doon sa
Obet
ibabaw, pinapasok.
giving instructions.
Hindi pwedeng ganyan, no? Ang tagal ng ikot. Anong gagawin natin? Wala na eh. Umayos na yung pasa eh. Tapos magkakamali na tayo sa palo. Magpaikot kayo, oy. Ang tagal, oh.
Well, what seems to be the issue this time? Kaya lumalamang ng ganito kalaki ang Adamson. Caitlin.
Well, the defenders of Arellano University are definitely having a hard time catching up with the ball distribution from the Lady Falcons. All spikes coming from both wings, the middle. Nahihirapan na sila to catch up and to read all these spikes that are coming at them.
Yung depensa talagang kailangan nilang gawan ng paraan dito to cope with this huge lead by Adamson. But in that last sequence, the hit of Barbie Hamili goes out. Substitutions on the side of Arellano. And we would like to thank Converge Fiber X, the official internet provider of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Catherine Dumasig, the lefty of Coach Obet. What a play coming from Adamson, pero nabasa yan dito ng Arellano. They will try once again, and that will work for Adamson. That's courtesy of A. Adolfo.
The Lady Falcons showing us here today that they have a few tricks up their sleeve, especially when it comes to the latter parts of the set here, when they want to take all the points that they can get to claim another set for themselves.
Arellano setting this one from the opposite, and that's a good read by the libero. That's Juris Manuel.
She tried to go for that power tip, that down the line power tip, but unfortunately sumobra and it lands outside.
Lassen is back, and the girls needing her help this part of the set. Ibibigay sa Adamson. Bascon denied at the net. Hamili from the back. Pablo. And that attack goes out.
Very costly error there by the Lady Chiefs, which is why magpapatawag na ng timeout si Coach Obet.
Nangyari, nanggigil, oh. Ang ganda naman ng set. Diba? Ang ganda ng set. Tapos ang palo. Labas. Kung plano mo patamahin sa blocker, patamahin mo sa blocker. Ano bang plano mo doon? Ibabaw mo, papatamahin mo sa block. Bakit papasok, oh? Huwag ka maniguro. Lamang na sila eh. Sumugol ka na. Oy, Dong. Nakakalimutan mo. Yan ang pinakamagaling na spiker, oh.
Knowing the timeout, Coach Obet, just looking at Tudlasan, and then sinasabi niya, huwag ka nang maniguro, sumugal ka na.
Telling her to be decisive on that play. If she wants to go for that off-the-block point, then go for that off-the-block point. No hesitations, especially on this part of the set where Adamson is nearing match point. Set point, rather.
That's right. Pero in that last sequence, it's Red Bascon, napalakas ang hampas. And that's a good timeout called as Arellano gaining a point. Thank you to Team Rebel Sports, the official team uniform of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Excellent defense at the net for Arellano. Bascon with a drop did not work. Good read by the libero of Adamson. Another one, and that time, successful si Tudlasan. Oh, that's batindaan from the middle.
The Lady Chiefs responding to Coach Obet's instructions of being decisive in all their hits and all their plays where they want the ball to go. Definitely definitely belonged to the Lady Chiefs in that play.
Laika Tudlasan with a jump serve. Cuenca to the middle and another drop. Villegas naman ang pupuntos dito sa Adamson.
The Lady Falcons with a drop of their own, a very smart drop of their own, replicating what the Lady Chiefs did to them on that last play.
Set point for the Lady Falcons. Hindi pa daw tapos ang set na to, sabi ni Hart Villaflores.
Hart Villaflores has been one of the very fearless spikers that Coach Albert has. Even if she sees na may block na sa Lady Falcons, she's still gonna go for it. She still wants to power through that block.
Hamili with the first ball. Cuenca to Aljibe. And just like that, nakapuntos muli ang Lady Falcons and winning this set. Pero tingnan natin, Aljibe really very useful for Coach JP Yude in this set.
She was delivering on the blocks, and on that last point she delivered with a very tough angle. She had a tough angle there in that quick attack, but she was able to bring the ball to the back row part of the court.
2-0. Adamson again winning this part of the game. Magbabalik po tayo for set number 3.
I only want the best. Incredible, Thintense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Incredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey.
We saw another set of girls for these two coaches. But on the second set for the Adamson Lady Falcons, it was Aljibe, really delivering pagdating sa depensa para sa Adamson.
In the second set, we saw that the Adamson Lady Falcons have such a deep bench. Kahit these are their second stringers, they were still able to deliver with very impressive plays. And like what you said, Aljibe definitely is the girl of the set here. She was delivering on that block. Pinapahirapan niya talaga yung mga spikers ng Lady Chiefs. And she even got that last point on a very well-executed quick attack.
That's correct. Now looking at the numbers, it was dominant on the side of Adamson University with 16 attacks only to 7.
Also a testament to their net defense is 3 blocks from Adamson University, and a testament to error-plagued Arellano University. They have 5 errors, and that's going to prove costly when they're trying to get a set here in our game today.
As we begin the third, this set is brought to you by Shakey's Super Delivery. Order your thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Casey Andante. One hand set, and that's a violation committed by Cuenca.
Arellano getting the first 2 points in our set here today. Let's see if they'll be able to claim the set for themselves, if they'll be able to gain momentum in order to extend this game.
Adolfo cross court, and that's a point.
Clean hit there from Adolfo. Sorry, lalong isip actually.
That's
Adolfo,
Adolfo from
rather.
the open.
They have very similar approaches.
Yes. And that's what you want to see from Arellano. Quick attack by Batindaan.
They had a perfect receive. Great choice to go for their middles. And that quick attack was just too powerful for the Lady Falcons.
First ball by Almonte. Bibigay sa kabila, denied. Cuenca will try once again off the block, and that's another point gained by Antoinette Adolfo.
She wasn't phased at all by the wall in front of her. She didn't get it the first time around, but on the second time, she put all her power into that swing.
Sharp serve. Medyo nagkagulo na naman mapagdating sa setup on the side of Arellano.
This is going to be a very crucial set for Arellano University. They'll definitely want to lessen their errors this time around.
Good hit from the back by Laika Todlasan. You can see sparks of offense and really good kills pagdating dito sa side ng Arellano. But it's just about consistency, on how they can execute that.
Definitely.
Kinuha yun ni Almonte from the back. Lalong isip. Blocked. Adolfo, once again, doing the works for the Lady Falcons. At kung titingnan mo, si Lalong Isip at Adolfo, mas maraming clips. Si Lalong Isip. At the service line, Adolfo, tied at 4. Batindaan had a really good plan in mind. Pero napalakas lang yung drop na yon.
The set was a bit tight for her there. It would have been better if she chose to go for the cross-court tip rather than a down-the-line hit kasi nasa edge na nga siya ng court kaya na-out yung tip.
What an aggressive Lucille Almonte. Nakaabang na talaga siya sa harap, sa net. Kaya naman na-timingan niya ng maayos. And she was able to hit that on the part of the court na walang tao sa side ng Arellano. Maraming salamat sa Summit Bottled Water, the official drinking water of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Good dig by Verde Flor. And again, we saw Lorinto Ring attacking from the middle.
The Lady Falcons have a great roster of middle blockers. In the second set, we saw Princess Aljibe, but now we have the veteran Lorinto Ring making her presence known here for us today.
Ang laking contribution din nito ni Lorinto Ring, especially in the previous Shakey's Super League preseason. Isa sa mga veterano, also displaying leadership and helping Lucille Almonte when it comes to offense and defense.
She's a very reactive blocker, but unfortunately on that last play, an off-the-block point was gained against her.
Let's look at... ito is Lucille Almonte ang nakahawak dun sa huling atake na yon. And another error committed by the Lady Falcons.
Medyo nagmamadali na yan Lady Falcons to get the momentum here, pero kailangan pa din nila dahan-dahanin yung plays nila or else errors such as those will be committed.
And as you mentioned that, nakabawi naman agad dito si Lucille Almonte. No, with that back-to-back errors, kailangan niya talagang makapuntos. You would love the setup plays na ginagawa din dito ng mga setters ng Adamson. Kaya naman sila nakaka-convert dito ng puntos. As we head on to our first technical timeout, it's still the Lady Falcons having a 2-point lead. This fun family pizza of the game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. Maraming salamat sa lahat po ng volleyball fans na nanonood dito sa venue, and if you would like, of course, to see this action live, our upcoming games still in Philo Eco Oil Center. Meanwhile, this is Lalong Isip getting a point from the open.
The Lady Falcons with impressive speed of play there and with an even more impressive execution by Ichi Lalong Isip.
Ang daming options dito ni Coach JP Yude, no? Sa bawat ikot nila, hindi sila nawawala ng percentage spiker. Plus, blocker din. No, laking tulong when it comes to having that balance of offense and defense.
Definitely, you see how talented all these players are. Kahit anumang rotation, meron pa rin silang depensa at opensa.
Lalong Isip once again. But that's quite a difficult angle for her at napalakas ang hampas.
The set was definitely too low for Ishi Lalong Isip, who's a very high leaper. So, nasobrahan sa power. She tried to make something out of it, but was unsuccessful.
The ring was dug. Binalik agad yan ng Arellano. They will try again. And A.A. Adolfo to the rescue.
The Lady Chiefs will definitely want to establish their defense, floor defense system if they want to be able to catch up with veteran spikers from the Lady Falcons.
But let's hear it this time, of course, from Tati Austria from the sidelines.
It's been a while since we last saw the Adamson Open hitter with the brightly colored hair clips, but it is truly evident that Ishi Lalong Isip is going into this last set as light as a feather. She does insist that she is simply so excited to be back on the court with the team for this tournament. Now, during the break, Coach JP Yude encourages the girls to take home this win and leave it up to the Lady Falcons to soar as high as they can by executing everything that they prepared for from the last tournament as well. Now, let's hear it from you, Caitlin and Sheila.
Well, it's definitely yung experience na nakuha nila from the previous tournaments they played. And we saw how they are able to use that to their advantage, seeing them on their first game today.
Tati said that Lalong Isip was looking forward to being back here in the court. And kita naman yan, she's been collecting points for the Lady Falcons.
May nagko-collect din ata siya ng clips. As she Tati also mentioned that.
You should ask her about her clip collection after this game.
What a defense on the side of Arellano, pero ay gusto nang tapusin agad yan ni Saria Ancheta.
Ancheta making a statement with that last play. A quick attack with an exclamation point for Ancheta. A testament to how talented all the middle blockers of Adamson are.
Well, and how talented the setters of Adamson as well. We have Yandok and Cuenca as their setters. Nabanggit kanina nga ni Coach JP na wala si Alcantara today. They're a first setter. But, hindi natin yun napapansin because they have been really performing excellently and able to give equal opportunities to all the attackers. Thank you to Converge FiberX, the official internet provider of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Laika Tudlasan able to see that hole on the court of Adamson. Tatlo lang ang hinahabol dito ng Arellano. Combination play. But there's a check on the side of Arellano. Napangiti na lang doon si Lalong Isip.
It doesn't matter if you didn't get the perfect set. What's important is they were able to execute that planned combination play and still catch some fingers from the Lady Chiefs blockers.
Service ace. That's back-to-back points for Ishi Lalong Isip.
Arellano University again struggling to find their footing and their floor defense. The Lady Falcons have been gaining so many aces because they're having difficulty getting that first ball.
And that has been the challenge for the Lady Chiefs since the first set. But look at that last play. Laika Tudlasan again operating for Coach Obed Javier.
The Lady Chiefs with combination plays of their own. If they keep that up, it's still possible na makahabol sila sa Lady Falcons.
Hamili back on the floor. Good first ball. Not the strongest of attacks for Barbie Hamili, but still, a point is a point for Adamson. Kaya naman, nadagdagan ang kanilang kalamangan as we see this Barbie Hamili from the open.
Excellent hang time from Hamili in that play.
Lady Falcons up here, heading on to the second technical timeout.
I only want the best. Incredible, Thintense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Incredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey.
Phil Oil Eco Oil Center, you are watching the last game of the day. This is the Adamson Lady Falcons and Arellano University Lady Chiefs. Lady Falcons winning 2 sets already. At tingnan natin kung paano makakabawi dito ang Arellano as Hamili rejected at the net. They will go to the middle and Lorin Toring just hammering it down.
Coach JP Yude has such a reliable set of attackers here in the front row. Hamili didn't work, so the setter decided to go for the middle, and she executed that perfectly.
Then Turing acknowledging that there's only one blocker in front of her, kaya naman nagkaroon siya ng option to hit that sa kabilang side. But this time, it's Adolfo just hitting that ball towards the tape of the net.
You see the aggressiveness in that attempted spike, pero unfortunately, masyado lang mababa yung atake ni Adolfo.
Batindaan at the service area for Arellano. Setting this one to Hamili. A good pickup. And that's Lalong Isip. Off speed. Nabasa yan naman agad. And a disconnected line between Domasig that time and Balahadia.
hinanap mo ba yung quicker? Hinanap mo, hindi. O kaya nga, talagang hindi magtutugma kasi hindi mo naman hinanap yung target. Paano magtutugma yan? Maghuhulaan tayo rito? Alanganin ka, di sana binakline mo na lang. Alanganin ka, sana binato mo sa 4. Hindi mo ba kaya yun? O kaya naman pala eh.
Okay ka ba?
Oh, that time rather, that's Lorraine Pecanya. Another miscommunication when it comes to the set. Ang pino-point out ni Coach Obet, hindi mo alam or hindi alam ng setter yung play ng attacker niya kaya sila nagkaroon ng problema.
That just reminds us how difficult the job is of a setter. Because not just is she watching the opponents, but she's also watching her teammates to figure out kung saan niya ba dadalhin yung bola, who's the best attacker to go to if she wants to score a point. And Coach Obet on that last play was just reminding her na kung gusto niyo magtugma with her middle blockers, kailangan mo muna silipin kung nasaan tumalon yung middle blocker mo.
And communication will really play a big part. No, every time, especially when you're playing in the court, as no Pablo able to put that up. Naibalik naman agad yan ng Arellano. Babawi ang Adamson. Dumasig to the middle. Solo block by Lorraine Toring.
Nabantayan na ni Toring yun. She saw that the attackers of the Lady Chiefs were gaining momentum, so she made sure that she was watching who would take that last kill.
Excellent timing in that last sequence for Toring. Dumasig goes from the back. Attack nakuha yan ng Adamson. Adolfo from the opposite. Over reception. But the floor was there. Toring, rejected. Lumabas ang bola. All the way they thought that it's going to be their point. But according to our officials, it's Arellano winning that rally. Thank you to Converge FiberX, once again the official internet provider of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Good first ball. Babawi si Adolfo pero naiangat yan ng Arellano over set. Second time around, making sure na hindi na makakadepensa ang Arellano.
Adolfo just boasting how aggressive she is. She didn't get it the first time around, but when she saw that there was an over-receive, she did not waste that opportunity to bring her team to the 20s.
No, that is not the kind of performance on the side of Arellano ang hinahanap dito ni Coach Obet. No, they have to minimize those kind of errors. But still, they are able to get a point in that last play.
Substitution, number 17, Picanya out, number 2, Maui Magaling in for Arellano. Serving for the Lady Chiefs.
Maui Magaling checks back in. 15 serving 20. Attack by Cheta was dug. Good timing at the net for the Lady Falcons. Off speed. Yandok, bibigay kay Adolfo. That's an error by Pauline de Guzman. A little bit of hesitation in that setup and attack.
Very costly error there for the Lady Chiefs because now Adamson has 21 points.
Jen Villegas back on the floor for Coach JP Yude. Good first ball by Pablo. Combination play. And Laika Tudlasan again getting that point. So if they are able to have good passes, nakakagawa dito ng play si Catherine Domasig. And they need to be able to maximize Laika Tudlasan in front.
Great hustle there by Adamson.
And that's an even better attack coming from Arellano.
She saw that the Adamson Lady Falcons were at an off system, so it was a good decision to go for that quick kill by activating her middle blocker.
Naiangat ang second ball. Adolfo. Pablo was there. Tudlasan. Medyo nahirapan sa setup. No, she was giving, last second comments to the setter. Medyo alanganin yung bigay ng bola sa kanya.
Let's see if the Lady Chiefs will take this opportunity para makabawi to possibly extend this game into a fourth set.
Pablo to Tudlasan. No, that's a very difficult setup. Kind of mishit for Laika Tudlasan, pero naitawid niya yung bola. And seeing that part of the court of the Lady Falcons, they're only needing 2 points here as we thank Team Rebel Sports, the official team uniform of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championships. Adolfo, attack error. Arellano University only down by a point here.
Adolfo was eager to get that point, eager to finish the set. Pero yun nga, they're not going to be able to do that kung nung mamadali sila.
This
umatake.
is I think the closest Arellano able to do against Adamson, lalo na patapos na itong set. But we'll see as Adolfo once again with that power.
Quickly redeeming that point for the Lady Falcons using the hands of the blockers.
Another great combination play. Too much power na hindi yun na-control ni Verdeflor. This is Laika Tudlasan serving for Arellano. Lalong easy from the back. Good pickup by Pablo. Free. Adolfo off speed. Tudlasan, miss-hit, and that's out.
Lalong Isip's performance has been very commendable. She went for that back row kill, but it was picked up by the Lady Chiefs. She was targeted again, but again, she was able to pick it up on that corner of her court.
But you really like how these two teams, move and read. Really aggressive on the floor on their defense. What a setup right there. Pablo ibinalik. Ibigay kay Adolfo, and Adolfo finding that spot.
Great hustle there by the Lady Falcons to bring themselves to set point as we take a look at this replay.
Coach Obed Javier calls for his last timeout.
Di ba dapat nandito ka? Ano nangyari? Sinunod mo yung pattern mo, sarili mong pattern. Meron pattern yung Arellano, dito ka dapat.
Pinapalo yung direkta na. Huwag ka matakot kanina pa first set, ginaganyan.
Pumipensa ka ng ayos, Sa pasa lang, iangat pa natin yan, ha? Alec, pagbabagal yung bola, nakaway mo na.
It's very crucial talaga yung floor defense, yung pattern na meron ka. And that's what was Coach Obet emphasized in that last huddle. We'll see if they are able to execute. And then, yes, hindi pa tapos. As Hart Villaflores getting a point from that kill.
The Lady Chiefs will definitely want to use that point as their spark plug. Kasi the Lady Falcons are still at set point. They'll definitely have to, there's no room for errors. this time around for the Lady Chiefs.
Coach Obet, utilizing his big blockers and the attackers in front. Tingnan natin. Adolfo is unstoppable, and she was able to end this set on their favor. Adamson University claiming their first win in our preseason championship in 3 straight sets. And you have AA Adolfo really delivering the goods for Coach JP Ude.
What a hit there by Adolfo. The Lady Falcons have definitely made their mark now here in our Shakey Super League preseason championship. They definitely boasted the attackers that they have, the deep bench of attackers that they have, from middle blockers, opposite hitters such as Adolfo, and outside hitters such as Almonte, their team captain, and Ishi Lalong Isip.
And definitely that's a team effort displayed here on their first game, as Adamson University able to bag their first win 25-22 on the third set. Magbabalik po kami for the MVP of the match and the game highlights.
I only want the best. Incredible, Thin-Tense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Incredible crisp crust, Thin-Tense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like...
And that's it for our last and final match of the day. At ito na nga, sa dami ng nagawa ng mga players on the side of Adamson, everybody contributed, pero this MVP is the one who stood out for this match. Caitlin.
She was able to deliver on the offensive front with attacks such as these, as you can see on your screens, but she was also so reliable on the floor defense, hustling to get block coverages and perfect digs against Arellano University.
And our MVP of the match is now with Tati Austria.
I'm here with our MVP of the match, number 9 from Adamson University, Ishi Lalong Isip. As a player, what was the biggest lesson you learned after finishing silver at the National Invitationals?
Siguro po yung na-learn ko po from last Shakey's is yung maturity po, which is na dala ko po ngayon sa game namin.
Ayan, so congratulations on your win today. And what do you think contributed to your energy out there on the court? Kasi pagkakita namin sa'yo, you were really energetic, you were out there. What do you think was the biggest factor to that energy?
Big factor po na nakakontribute dun is yung teammates ko din po, and nisip lang po namin na we must give our best every game. Yun.
All right, so any shout out you want to give out to the audience right now?
Hi sa teammates ko, Gwenshana yo! And sa family ko sa Batangas and sa Santa Cruz, Laguna. Yun po.
Again, congratulations to our MVP of the match, Ishi Lalong Isip. You will take home your very own Shakey's prize. And of course, to the Adamson Lady Falcons as well. Back to you, Caitlin and Sheila.
Thank you, Tati. And again, congratulations to our MVP of the match. That's Ishi Lalong Isip. What a performance displayed here by the Adamson Lady Falcons, as we get back and see what happened during set number 1. And again, at the onset of this part of the game, talagang dikitan ang laban. It was, swinging back and forth when it comes to their offense and defense. But slowly, Adamson getting their groove, and showing dominance until this end of the first set.
Definitely, we saw the dominating offensive front of the Adamson Lady Falcons. From sa first set pa lang, there was good ball distribution. We saw action from the outside hitters, the opposite hitters, and of course the middle blockers as well, that nahirapan na talaga mag-catch up ang Arellano University.
A big factor in that first set win is the service aces of the Lady Falcons, and again contributions from Ancheta, Adolfo, Almonte, and Lalong Isip. Now, on the second set, dahil we have the all-to-play rule, another set of girls ang nakita natin dito sa ating dalawang koponan. And in that part of the game, it was Alhibe on the side of Adamson, showing supremacy when it comes to her defense at the net.
Definitely, the Lady Chiefs tried to catch up with strong offense of their own. But unfortunately nga, for them, sabi mo nga, si Alhibe matched that kind of energy that they were giving. And she showed them what net defense is really about.
There has been, a contribution on the side of Arellano coming from Batindaan. Of course, you have Tudlasan, Laika. Medyo nahirapan lang sila in doing their offense plus the defense. Service aces again work on the side of Adamson, as we are now seeing the highlights of set number 3. And this time it's AA Adolfo and Lorin Turing working together, in getting those points.
This is the set where the veterans of the Lady Falcons really shined. They were able to set an example for the set of players in the second set, and showing us what the Adamson Lady Falcons offense is really about.
Well, let's not forget Lucille Almonte, Verde Flor, the libero, Lalong Isip, and Barbie Hamili pitching in these points, and they are successful in getting their first victory for this preseason. Looking at the numbers we have right now, Caitlin.
In the attacks, we see Adamson University definitely dominating with 48 attacks as compared to 28 attacks. And like what we said, the net defense was very impressive, as Adamson was able to gain 5 blocks. And their weapon this game, actually, especially in the first set, was also their aces, earning 5 for the Lady Falcons.
But first 2 days pa lang tayo dito sa ating tournament, and we will have more games tomorrow on a Monday, another triple header. We have Letran Lady Knights going up against University of Santo Tomas at 11 a.m., followed by Jose Rizal University and San Sebastian College Recoletos at 2 p.m. And the third game at 5, it's between Far Eastern University and Mapua University. So more games, exciting para sa inyong lahat, volleyball fans, for our 2023 Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. On behalf of our courtside reporter Tati Austria and my analyst Caitlin Bernal, this is Sheila Salaysay, and thank you for watching the 2023 Shakey Super League Preseason Championship.